Hi everybody, welcome to Luella's YouTube channel on first aid tips. I don't have any children anymore. My son is now 24, but when he was a little baby and toddler, I was very mindful about where I stored my chemicals and my medication. And I always had child locks put on my kitchen cupboards and also in the laundry as well, and anywhere else where I stored chemicals. But a lot of parents maybe don't know to do that, don't realise that babies and young toddlers like to put absolutely everything into their mouth because that's what they do at that age, and they like to taste things. So let's have a look and see what babies and young toddlers might find attractive and may want to taste or drink that could be under your kitchen sink. All right, so let's have a look. Okay, so here's my kitchen sink. As I said, I don't have kids and toddlers anymore, but these might be items that you store underneath your sink in your kitchen, and kids and young kids and babies might like to have a bit of a play or a bit of a taste. A lot of parents, they do keep their medications away, but don't realise too that, kids and babies can't read labels. And there's beautiful, colourful bottles in here. This is antibacterial wash. It's a nice, pretty green colour. That could easily be mistaken for something that they want to have a bit of a drink because it does look like cordial. You've got these beautiful yellow labelled Jif, which is a harsh cleanser, very toxic. You've got your Rinse down here in a nice blue colour for your dishwashing. I store my dishwashing powder in a container, but a kid wouldn't know what's in there. It's not labelled. And all of these things can be very toxic. I've got insect spray here as well. So it's a good idea to also try and lock your cupboard with a child lock. But all of these things can be very detrimental if a baby or young toddler was to actually ingest any of these chemicals. In the corner over here, I also keep my candle burners, my lighters. So, kids get a hold of that. They're pretty, they don't know what it is. They start pressing the lighter and things can catch fire. So always good idea to keep them locked away as well. And I've got antidote, I've got other poisons. I've got butane bottles in the corner over there, barbecue wipes, and it's a lot of dangerous things in my cupboard here. As I said, parents don't realise that, kids can't read. You keep your medication bottles in the cupboard, but also make sure that you do lock your cupboard under the kitchen sink as well. So what do you do if your baby or toddler has ingested a chemical? Is a lot of parents go to induced vomiting thinking that best to get rid of it quickly. But unfortunately, sometimes if it's a chemical that can actually burn going down into the esophagus, which is the food pipe down into the stomach, then being in the stomach, your stomach doesn't empty its contents straight away. It can burn back up again when you make a person vomit. So we generally don't induce vomiting when we teach first aid, and we don't give them drink water or anything else to dilute unless you're instructed by emergency services, or in Australia we have the Poisons Information Centre, the number being 13 11 26, and they can advise. But I always advise to call ambulance as well straight away, and they'll advise you on what to do, or might advise you to also ring the Poisons Information Centre. I highly always recommend to do a first aid course, so that way you do keep up to date with the latest information in your country on what to do about poisoning. So let's see what else can happen in the house. And I've done this a number of times. I'm a first aid trainer, I used to be a nurse, but I bet you've done this as well. All right, so how many of you out there have tried to clean your shower as you're showering or just before you're about to shower to save water? I can definitely stick my hand up for that. I'm very bad at doing that, but I've pretty much learnt my lesson, especially when I'm using this stuff here, which is exit mold. I love exit mold, don't get me wrong, it cleans the shower so well. But when you're stuck in here, and even though I might have my windows open, it's not a very large window, and I've also got the doors open to the bathroom, but it doesn't escape quick enough, and often I felt really sick and headachy, and I feel like inside I'm burning. So I've actually inhaled a poison. Another shower cleaner that I like to use, I might just open the door, even though I might have the shower door open. The chemical can still stay in here for a while before it actually escapes out the door. So you can still get those chemicals into your airways. Another cleaner I like to use is shower power. And only because it just smells really lovely and I love using it on my glass. And I sort of use it in between the exit mold. But you can still feel the effects of this, and you don't want to end up feeling dizzy and sick to the point where people can actually faint, because you just want to get it done. You just want to get that shower over and done with and clean the bathroom. But you've actually inhaled a poison. And the best thing to do is, before you get to that point, actually prevention's always better than cure. Don't do it when you're about to shower or in an enclosed cubicle, because often you close the door to hose it all down, and it takes a while for the poison to actually escape out of your shower cubicle. So best thing is, with any inhaled poison, is to get out of there. All right, get out of your shower, get into fresh air. And if you are overwhelmed by the fumes, you're starting to feel dizzy and lightheaded, it's probably best to also get medical advice on what to do. Some of the chemicals in your cleansers can also cause airway burns. And drinking water is not going to help airway burns, right? It goes into the stomach, and we don't do that. So if you feel that you have suffered with airway burns, call emergency services, because airway burns is very dangerous. The airways can start to swell. So otherwise, wear a mask if you can. Definitely ventilate. I know we've got to get our showers clean, but it's always best not to do it when you are in there showering, because you've got the door closed trying to hose it down, and you'll end up having an inhaled poison. Any poisonings is in Australia, 000 or 112 on mobiles. If you can't get through with 000, try 112 is our other emergency number. Hopefully that will get you through. But you've also got the Poisons Information Centre. So in Australia it's 13 11 26. But whatever country you're watching from, go and do a first aid course is always the best thing to do to keep up with the latest information. But find out if your country does have a Poisons Information Centre number, and dial that number and they'll tell you what to do. Okay then. All right, stay safe everybody. Till next time. Okay, bye.